You'll see me in a moment after I log off. Should probably end with the amazing aerobics of Hanon and give you a whole explanation. So, how do we deal with technique and coordination on the piano? Well, we have inherent problems in our hand. And those problems need to be addressed, and they're continuously addressed through practicing certain things. So we have a couple of strong fingers, the thumb, the index, and the middle. Same with the other hand. But we have weaker fingers, 5 and 4. And anyone who plays for any amount of time will tell you the ring and the pinky are a little harder to control. In the best case scenario, they're a little harder to control than the other fingers. So we need certain exercises to strengthen them. Now, the Alfred Method book presents Hanon at this point, which I think is a good idea. I'm not a big fan of how they present it because they leave a lot up to the learner to figure it out. So I'm going to try to explain it the absolute best way I can. I'm going to start by playing the exercise at kind of a fast rate, pretty much close to the way I'd practice it at home. One, two. Not exactly perfect, but the whole point is that it's kind of getting your fingers warmed up. Now, you're not going to start playing the exercise that fast. You're probably going to start something like this, which is good. Work the fingers through a full range of motion, shift, and move up. So let's just kind of read these blurbs. Charles Lewis Hanon wrote the 4th and 5th fingers are almost useless because of the lack of special exercises to strengthen them. I mean, I don't know about useless, but they're not quite as useful as the other fingers for sure. But these are famous exercises, and lots of piano players who play for years, they know of these exercises, and I use them. So it says on number 1, skip the interval of a third between left hand 5 and 4. I'll just show you in this regular position. And between right hand 1 and 2 on the first 2 notes of this exercise. Now let's talk about this, because this is easy to do in the right hand, right? But this is harder to do in the left. So on the way up, you're working the weaker fingers of the left and the stronger fingers of the right. Okay? But so let me just read through this. The left 5 and right hand 1 then fall on the note that was skipped. So if we're starting from here, from C, then I'm going to fall on the note I skipped. I skip D, and then I skip E. Then I go to E and skip F. The skip is important, because if you don't skip, then you don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to just finish it up. I'll talk about where we stop in a moment. So, after you reach the highest note of the exercise, descend by skipping a third between right hand 5 and 4 and between left hand 1 and 2. So now we're working the weaker fingers of the right hand on the way down and the stronger fingers of the left. So you get the exercise to affect your left hand on the way up and to affect your right hand on the way back. So you want to do it both ways. Just read this. This remarkable exercise gives practice in stretching the left hand 5 and 4 fingers while ascending and the 4th and 5th fingers of the right hand while descending. This exercise is so simple to grasp that you do not even have to look at the music to play it. And you can continue up the keyboard as far as you wish. I have a problem with that. I don't want you to go over here. Nobody does that. It's unnecessary. There is a stopping point. So here's what I'd like to tell my students to do. Take a pencil or marker, and you're not going to write on your keyboard. Don't worry. In fact, if you're worried about using a marker, just use a pencil. Use any long object. Find this A. So it's two A's above middle C. Here's middle C. Just place your pencil there. It's not going to hurt the piano. It's just there. It's a wall. Don't go past that. All the Hanon exercises end at this G in the first edition. I'll show you my Hanon book. This is, and all the exercises in the first section of the book have the apex, the highest note, on G. So you want to make sure you turn around on G. So put your pencil on A to block you from doing that. So if we do the right hand by itself, it says actually both hands one octave lower. So scoot down to the right. You may want to start this with just your right hand. Remember this. If you're counting, it's 14 times. Third time. I'll just speed up for the sake of time. Just do that first. As I approach the wall, don't be afraid of it. You're not going to hurt yourself. You're going to look at this measure that says as written, right? That's the one you look at. B, D, E, F, G, F, E, D. Don't play C. Look at the next measure. It's G. Now you skip. Then F, skip E. E, skip D. D, skip C. C, skip B, so on and so forth. Now, you keep going. You don't stop, up there. You're about to stop right now. Now, this one's a little weird because you figured that you stopped here, right on, with the A as the first note. But no, there's one more measure. It starts with G, E, D, C, B, C, D, E, C. Do the right hand first, just so you understand it. Now you can either do just your left hand, starting from... Now if you have a 61 key keyboard, your very first note is probably the C. If you have a full size, of course, it's the second C on the piano. You can do this with just your left hand. But honestly, a lot of kids, once they do it in the right hand, they understand it, and they can start going slowly with both. Which I recommend. Of course, you don't want to just be like, oh, I can only do one hand. Just do both. Trust me on this. We need to get your coordination and skill level up. This is one of the best things you can do. You play a lot of notes, but you make each note sing, make it count, push with your fingers all the way to the bottom every single keystroke. I get a lot of students that get intimidated by this exercise. Don't be intimidated. You can do it. After a while, just smooth transition when you turn around. Whatever tempo you go, so don't use a click. Just try to make it even. Just find an even tempo that you can commit to. Sometimes we get students that slow down whenever there's a transition. So don't make those fast notes fast. Just don't play fast when it's easy. Slowly get the transition, hop over the note, just like that. Okay, so that took longer than I thought. I will be back. The second half, I'm going to try to finish the book. Let's see if it works. Hope it was useful. I'll see you later. Bye.